Hello and welcome back to Aviary Attorney here on MBGF Plays. I'm Ollie. Let's keep going. Last time, we had our first trial for a Juan Querido of Spain, who is not in fact Juan Querido, but is in fact named René, and he is a private investigator. Let's go see his associate, Mousy.
Ooh, customers.
Hello? Is this the office of Renard Vulpes? I was wrong, his name is not René, it's Renard. I should have known that because, Renard is fox in French, and Vulpes is also fox in, I think, Latin. Or it's like the family of fox. Anyways.
Ah, it's you two.
Mousy, what are you doing here?
Oh, this is where I work. See? R&M, Renard and Mousy. Monsieur Renard Vulpes and I carry out all sorts of investigations together. Although, to be completely honest, it's normally Monsieur Vulpes who chooses which cases to take on.
Mousy, we have a message for you. It's from Prince Juan himself. He wants to know if the birds have flown south for the winter, whatever that means.
Oh, yes, the birds have migrated successfully. But if Prince Juan told you that, then that must mean he trusts you. He must want you to take these. Go on, take them.
These are used train ticket stubs. It looks like two people took a railway trip to Vienna. What exactly is the point of this, Mousy?
Prince Juan said that they would help with the trial. See the names?
Gautier Signe, Nicole Signe. I recognize the surname, but I don't know who these people are.
Neither do I really. Prince Juan just told me to book train tickets for these people, and then to make sure they caught the train. And so that's what I did.
Strange. I'm not sure exactly how these stubs are supposed to help with the trial, but I'll keep hold of them, just in case. Ticket stubs have been added to your evidence folder. Let's go, Sparrowson. I'm done playing courier.
Good call.
New day. I can't believe that took an entire day. That's kind of bullshit, but Can we find Signe again if we go to Les Halles? That's strange. I don't see any sign of the fellow hour girl.
Do you think we scared her off?
Maybe you did with your horrendous and inappropriate flirting technique. I was an upstanding gentleman. I'll have you know that I can flirt like a peacock in tail-fanning mode. We don't really have time for this discussion. Let's just continue our investigation elsewhere. Alright. So here's what I got. It's time for the Chocolate Emporium. Again. Because we can ask about Renard, we can ask about Mousy, and we can ask about Signe. Oh, what was your name?
Welcome back, messieurs. Have you finally decided to sample some of my fine chocolate? Or perhaps you have returned to ask more questions?
Just the questions today, I'm afraid.
Could the chocolate have been poisoned?
Is there any chance that your produce could have been contaminated?
Absolutely not, monsieur. I stand by my claim that my chocolate is the finest in all of Paris. I go to great lengths to ensure the highest quality is ensured. Any contaminants would be terrible for business, you understand.
I see.
Was there something else you messieurs wanted to ask? Who bought this?
Let me think who to ask about. Do we ask about the swan? Alright, so we can ask about the swan. Oh boy, these are a lot of people. So we can ask about the swan. We can ask about the private investigator, I think. Oh no, we can't. We can't ask about Renee. Interesting. These are all people from our first case. Alright. I don't think we asked about Mousy last time. But let's ask about Signe. Have you ever served a flower-selling swan named Catherine Marie Signe?
No, monsieur.
What are you thinking, Falcon? I'm not sure, to be perfectly honest. If she were the chocolate fiend, then our investigation would have been much simpler. But since she's not, let me think who to ask about. Toussaint Kingsley? Like he's with it. I like this description. Nathan, an arrogant ass who works at the local library. It's okay. I can call him an ass when I'm being literal. Alright. Was it you? No. Oh, was it Eric Pork? I don't actually know who to ask about here. What is going on here? Alright, we're gonna ask about Kingsley. Have you ever served a fisherman named Toussaint Kingsley? He's not a fisherman, Falcon. He's a person who fishes and just happens to be a kingfisher. I don't have time for semantic games, Sparrowson.
In any case, no, I have not encountered such an individual, messieurs.
Let me think who to ask about. I can ask about Eric Pork, but that's about it. I think that's really about it. I got nothing else. Have you ever served a porcupine art aficionado named Eric Pork?
No, monsieur. Messieurs, I'm getting tired of these endless inquiries. Mayhaps you should come back another day.
You know, Falcon, it's possible that we just haven't encountered the chocolate fiend yet, rather than coming back here every day, making aimless guesses. Fine. 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 I'm feeling pretty confident about this case. The big picture is coming together quite nicely. I'm somewhat relieved that Prince Juan came clean. His secret was putting the whole case in jeopardy. We've still got one day until the trial, but how to spend it? I suppose we could revisit the Louvre, or maybe we should just play some cards at Le Canard Joyeux. Something wrong, Sparrowson? You've been unusually quiet. Falcon, we need to talk. What's up? See, I was doing some thinking. Dangerous thing to do, I know. Anyway, I realized that we were missing a crucial piece of evidence. And what evidence would that be? Well, we know that Major Howell consumed a piece of chocolate before he died. And we know that he died of poisoning. But we still aren't sure that the chocolate was the cause. That's true. And if we keep pushing the chocolate cherry, Cocorico will almost certainly bring that up. So I thought to myself, if one were to consume the wrapper itself, then that may provide proof of whether it contains traces of poison. Well, sure, that could work, but it would also be incredibly foolish. Wait, were you thinking of eating the wrapper, Sparrowson? Maybe. Well, stop those thoughts right now. I'm not going to let you potentially kill yourself like that. Heh, I knew you'd say that. That's why I already consumed the wrapper. 45 minutes ago. Sparrowson? Sparrowson! Doctor, is Sparrowson okay?
Well, he's not conscious right now, but he is stable. I think it's safe to say that your friend is not on his deathbed.
Oh, thank God.
How did you say this happened again?
It's a long story. Lawyering occupational hazard. Doctor, can you tell me what poison caused this?
I have no idea. I'm an expert in mental health, not toxicology. But I have sent for a specialist who should be here by tomorrow morning. He will make a full assessment.
That's good to hear. Thanks, Doctor. Take good care of him.
Wait a moment. There is the matter of the bill.
We'll have to discuss it later. I have an important case to prepare for, and I'm one partner down.
I see. Well, rest assured that your friend is in good hands.
So Sparrowson is an idiot, but he may have provided the evidence that we need. This is terrible. What the hell was Sparrowson thinking? I can't win a case like this.
You. I finally found you.
Did someone say something?
Running around like a headless chicken. You're one tricky lawyer to find. Told you to drop the investigation, but you just wouldn't listen.
Who's speaking? I can't see you, monsieur. Step forward.
All right, I'll step forward. But it will be the last thing you'll ever see.
Whoops. Au revoir, J.J. Falcon. What just happened? Where am I? Am I dead? No, that can't be right. This is nighttime. I'm just sleeping. If I focus and count to 3, I should be able to wake up. 1, 2... Did it work? Ah, Dame Cataline.
I can't believe how easy you were to fool. I put on a cutesy voice, acted all innocent, and you ate the whole thing up.
I made no mistakes. I did my duty as a lawyer.
Your duty put an innocent man on death row, Monsieur Falcon. I hope you're proud of that.
It wasn't my fault. Hey, where are you going? Out of my way, Severin. I'm not done talking to Dame Cataline.
It wasn't my fault. Is that the excuse you make after all of your failures?
I'm not making excuses.
Failure after failure after failure. No desire to improve yourself. You're a joke of a lawyer, JJ.
Don't call me JJ.
Is that all you have to say? How pathetic. You don't even deserve to stand in your grandfather's shadow.
My grandfather? I'll prove you wrong. I can do better.
Oh,
it's you, Sparrowson. Have you come to berate me too?
what? No, I'm just here to tell you to wake up. Wake up, monsieur. Wake up. Hey, can you hear me? I said wake up. The Pont des Arts. Come on, monsieur, wake up. I said wake up. You're starting to worry me. Oh, thank goodness. I wasn't sure whether I'd have to find a doctor or a mortician. I love that they've used this sprite over and over. It's so great. I love the sprite every time.
Ugh, my head. Where am I?
The Pont des Arts, by the Louvre in Paris, France. I just fished you out of the Seine. Nearly broke my rod doing it. Wait, I know you. You're that disrespectful lawyer guy. Giro Falco or something.
What time is it? Actually, what day is it?
You hit your head pretty hard, huh? It's the 21st of January, and around 9 o'clock in the morning by my reckoning.
21st? 9 o'clock? Oh no, the trial. I should have been at Cour d'Assises 10 minutes ago.
Well, you're running late. Better take it easy, monsieur. I'm sure they'll be understanding.
Maybe if I sprint it.
In your condition? That would be stupid. Take a seat, clear your head. I'll go get some dry clothes.
No time.
Wait, monsieur, at least take this before you go.
What's this? A dip pen? No, wait. It's a modern fountain pen. Bone handle, gold nib. This is very fancy.
Thanks, monsieur.
Thanks, monsieur, but this isn't mine.
Really? Are you sure? You were holding it pretty tightly when I found you.
I was holding this? Then I suppose it has to be mine.
Fountain pen has been added to your evidence folder.
Thanks, fisherman. I owe you one.
Hey, don't call me a fisherman.
It's 9 o'clock. I believe it's time for roll call. Is the defense not present?
Such unprofessionalism.
Well, if there's no defense, then this trial cannot proceed any further. We must make a ruling based on the evidence that has already been presented. I will now converse with the jury. We shall decide whether Prince Juan is guilty of murdering Major Howell and of conspiring to murder the king.
Your Honor, if I may have a word.
Fine, but make it quick.
I'm a firm believer that the trial must be orderly and punctual. There is no room for wishy-washy dilly-dallying. But it seems somewhat rash to end a trial session the moment it is due to start. Perhaps it would be prudent to wait 5 or 10 minutes, in case the defense is just a little tardy. Then the trial still has a chance to proceed, and justice will be served.
You are the prosecution, are you not? You have nothing to worry about. A guilty verdict is all but guaranteed.
Your Honor, you appear confused. I am not here to secure a guilty verdict.
Of course you are. You're a prosecutor. By definition, you're here to prosecute.
No. My job description is to prosecute, but I am here, in this courtroom, to ensure that justice is served. An unfair and unbalanced trial is not in the spirit of justice.
That's very noble of you, but if the defense is absent, then there is little that can be done. I'll hear no more about this matter. I will now talk with the jury. The defense is present, Your Honor. You're too late, Falcon.
Mon Dieu, JJ, you look like a total mess. Did you take a morning swim in the sand or something?
Something like that.
Well, Your Honor, we are all present. We are only 3 minutes over schedule. Let's not needlessly dirty the pure name of justice.
Rules are rules, prosecutor. Falcon clearly has no respect for legal procedure. Frankly, for turning up while looking like a drowned rat, I ought to hold him in contempt of court. Your Honor.
But Your Honor.
Rules are rules. One more word out of either of you and I shall have you both disbarred.
Yeah, it's a pity. The King of France was most looking forward to standing behind the witness podium.
The King of France? He's here?
Oh, are we not...
Oh, God, I have to find a good king voice for Louis Philippe.
Oh, are we not doing this as a trial after all? Such is a pity.
Your Majesty, what a surprise. Well, you see...
You know, it's my seventh time Stop being German. It's my seventh time testifying against a would-be assassin. But it's the first time seeing a trial where the case has ended before it even began. I still can't do a French accent.
Well, the defense, he was late and
Oh, pish-posh. France didn't become a great and dignified kingdom through its rigorous punctuality. Let's go ahead with this trial. It'll be fun. Look, I'll say the oath to get us started. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Did I get it right? That was perfect, Your Majesty. JJ, I trust you have no objections with the king testifying?
No objections here. Going ahead with the trial is fine with me.
And surely you wouldn't stand in the way of the king, would you, Your Honor?
Fine. Proceed with this cursed trial.
Excellent. Now, Your Majesty, could you tell us your activities on the day of the murder? My activities? Well, I started my day with tea and toast, as I normally do. I was dressed in my PJs at the time. I think you can skip ahead a little, perhaps to your arrival at the Louvre? Ah, right. Of course. Well, my entourage and I entered through the Louvre's south entrance at around 6 o'clock. 9 o'clock. I don't know how to read. We passed through the Salle du Tibre, got it right this time, with a little fanfare. At the Grande Galerie, I unveiled the new painting and gave a short speech to inspire the citizens who attended. That's when I was approached by a man claiming to be the Prince of Spain. He presented a rose, which was taken by Major Howell, and, well, I think you know the rest. Indeed we do, Your Majesty. Mesdames et messieurs of the court, what we have here is another testimony that establishes Prince Juan's guilt. And this is no ordinary testimony. It is the testimony of perhaps the most trustworthy man in all of France. Oh, you flatter me, prosecutor. But I am the trustworthiest in all the kingdom, aren't I?
I have no doubts, Your Majesty. Nonetheless, I would like to perform a cross-examination. How dare you doubt your king? The utter nerve.
Oh, calm yourself, Judge. I have no qualms with standard legal procedure. Defense, please proceed. I want to see your best courtroom drama material. Selecting a statement to question. Do we have evidence that he's not the Prince of Spain? Like, we could put that out there. Pen contains green ink. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's go out the Prince of Spain, shall we?
Your Majesty, you say that you were presented with a rose by the Prince of Spain?
Indeed. He formally introduced himself. I knew he was telling the truth because he called me Senor. Why did Major Howell take the rose?
I find it curious that Major Howell snatched the rose before you could take it. Why did he do that?
The Major has always been a protective fellow. I think he was just doing his diligence as a royal guard. And given how he took the figurative bullet for me, I would say that he did his job well.
Well, I can't argue with that.
Yes.
Your Majesty, prosecutor, members of the court, brace yourselves because I have a revelation that will turn this trial on its head. Juan Querido is not the Prince of Spain. That's not a revelation, Falcon.
It isn't.
Well, of course not. We all know that the current ruler is Queen Regent Isabella II and that she has no children. The Queridos are obviously pretenders to the throne. Prince Juan's title is probably self-appointed.
But his name isn't even Juan Querido. I don't even think the fox is Spanish.
So what?
So what? That's important.
JJ. What's important is this man is accused of committing murder and conspiring to kill the king. That's what's in dispute here. The man's name is irrelevant. He could be named Juan Querido or Bob Struney for all I care. But it doesn't change the events that transpired on the morning of January 6th.
I suppose that's true.
Do I have another question about him? I do not. No more questions about Prince Juan. Entered through the south entrance around 9 o'clock.
Your Majesty, you say that you entered the Louvre from the south entrance?
Indeed. We approached from the Hotel de Ville, so it was an easy riverside stroll.
Are you sure that you entered the Louvre's south entrance?
Oh mon dieu, Falcon, are you seriously still tugging at this thread? The king himself just testified, under oath no less, that he entered through the south entrance. You can't possibly have any reason to call this fact into question. Oh, what reason do we have to doubt that he went through the south entrance? I don't think we have one, really. Don't have to be. Just want to be thorough.
I'm just being thorough. It's important that we explore every nook and cranny.
We don't have time for that sort of pedantry. Stick to the important questions, defense,
or I'll end this stupid trial here and now.
Yes. Did you see anyone suspicious?
Did you see anyone or anything suspicious around the Louvre's entrance?
Suspicious? I'm afraid not, monsieur. Just the regular riverside types. Bourgeoisie, vendors, people who fish and the like.
I see.
I have another question. No.
Your Majesty, you say that you passed through the Salle du Tibre uneventfully?
Indeed. We briefly stopped to look at the paintings, but then moved to the Grande Galerie. What did you see in the Salle? What did you see about?
Could you elaborate? What did you see in the... Could you elaborate? What did you see in the Salle du Tibre?
What did I see? Well, Roman stuff, mostly.
I meant, aside from the Roman artifacts. For example, did you talk to someone in the room who wasn't a member of your own entourage?
You're reaching, JJ. The king already testified that he passed through without encountering anything of interest.
I have reason to believe that this was a key moment on the day of the murder. I want the king to elaborate on exactly what and who he saw.
Then I suppose that you will have to proceed, Your Majesty. Alright, let me think. So there was that giant doorstop, and there was that copper urn thing. Oh, there was something else, now that you ask. I was offered a box of chocolates by some peasant mademoiselle. I don't much have a sweet tooth, but Major Howell was keen to accept a chocolate or two on my behalf.
What?
Did I say something startling, prosecutor?
No.
Please continue, Your Majesty.
I think the prosecution is startled because he just came to the realization that I was not spouting drivel in the previous trial session.
Well, that's debatable.
To cut a long story short, Your Majesty, this mademoiselle may hold some relevance to the case at hand. Could you describe her?
Really? She's relevant? Well, let me think. I didn't get a good look at her face, but she was a sorry-looking swan, probably in her late teens or early 20s.
A young, sorry-looking swan, you say? I don't suppose her name was... Mademoiselle Signe?
Signe? That name sounds familiar. Why, yes, I think that was it. She was called Mademoiselle Signe.
I see. This is undoubtedly significant. Mademoiselle Signe gave chocolates to Major Howell minutes before he died.
Now, just 1 minute. I see what you're alluding to, JJ. You're suggesting that the gifted chocolates killed the Major. But that line of reasoning holds no weight because the evidence is circumstantial.
Circumstantial, my tail feathers. The king just testified that Major Howell ate chocolates.
Yes,
That much is no longer in dispute, but you still have not proved that the chocolates were poisoned. Without that, we must assume that the swan was merely offering a gift rather than speculating that she is a murderer.
Yes. Shame on you, defense. Implicating a poor, innocent girl like that. Absolutely disgusting. Why, I ought to end this trial. Hold on. I do have evidence that the chocolate was, in fact, poisoned.
I don't believe you, JJ. If you had a piece of evidence that significant, you would have slammed it down already. Present it.
Well, I can't. It's not really the evidence folder type of evidence.
Why am I not surprised? The drama was just getting good. Why did you all suddenly go quiet? Well, Your Majesty, it appears that the defense just had a realization of his own. That is, that he lacks the evidence to support his theory. Since he cannot continue with his argument, I believe the cross-examination has come to an end.
I'm not done yet. Let me present my evidence. See, I had the chocolate wrapper back in my office, and Sparrowson ate it.
Stop, JJ. Stop while you have a little dignity. The result of whatever crackpot pseudo-scientific experiment you performed do not constitute valid evidence. I think this trial is over, Your Honor.
About bloody time. You may take your leave, Your Majesty.
Very well. I am pleased that justice has been thoroughly served. Until the next assassination attempt. Adieu, messieurs.
I will now deliberate with the jury.
Objection! Sorry, I've always wanted to do that.
Sparrowson, are you okay?
Yep. The doctor said that I have an iron stomach. Most of the poison passed straight through me. Speaking of which, I would like to testify on that poison chocolate issue. I even got a doctor's note. See?
It's too late. The trial is over.
You can't be serious, Your Honor. The contents of that note could turn this entire trial on its head. You must allow it.
Why are you constantly arguing with me? I thought the job of a public prosecutor was to assist the judges.
I told you, Your Honor, my job isn't to get a guilty verdict. It is to ensure that justice is served.
I swear, you are the worst prosecutor in all of France. Go ahead, Sparrowson. Read the contents of the note for the court to hear.
Ahem. This patient, Sparrowson, was submitted to Salpêtrière Hospital, where he displayed a variety of symptoms. These included profuse sweating, a rapid fever, and severe nausea. The patient was diagnosed with poisoning, possibly originating from a plant known as aconite, aka monkshood, aka wolf's bane. When we questioned the patient, he admitted to having consumed a discarded chocolate wrapper, potentially carrying the poison. Examining the contents of the patient's stomach confirmed this to be true. As a mental health professional, I believe this patient to be clinically... we could skip that part. Yada yada. Okay, here we go. Signed, Dr. Folre.
Thank you, Sparrowson. I don't think I'll even need to question you. Between your note and the king's testimony, every angle of the chocolate wrapper business has been covered.
Awesome. Wait, did you say the king's here?
You can get his autograph later.
Right. So what happens now? Do I get cross-examined by the prosecution or something? To be honest, I see little to cross-examine.
Do your damn job, prosecutor. Cross-examine that little annoying liar of a bird. Tear his testimony to shreds.
Your Honor, he has a note signed by a medical professional, definitively proving that the chocolate wrapper from the crime scene was poisoned. We couldn't nitpick the details or delve into the doctor's credentials, but I fear it would be a waste of the court's time. Nobody wants that.
Gah! So what the hell do we do now?
We do nothing, Your Honor. The poison wrapper has introduced an element of doubt into the case. The prosecution must accept that. But is the level of doubt reasonable? Is it significant? I think the members of the jury will agree. JJ's evidence is still tenuous.
Tenuous?
A step above circumstantial. You have proven a link, a not wholly illogical link, but you haven't proved beyond a doubt that Major Howell was killed by the chocolate. You're still making far too many assumptions. Where's the empiricism that is required by any good court of law? Where are the witnesses who can back up your claims? Oh, I brought along a witness. Maybe she can help. Hello.
You. Sparrowson, it's great to see you on your feet, and you've been an enormous asset to the case. But what are you trying to pull off now?
Surprise witness.
Surprise witness?
Yeah, I remember that Cocorico liked calling surprise witnesses, so I thought we should beat him at his own game. So I brought the flower girl, Mademoiselle Signa, so that she can testify about Prince Juan's character.
You're putting me in a difficult position, Sparrowson. Just moments before you arrived, we, the court, established that Mademoiselle Signa was a possible suspect for this case.
What? That can't be right. Sparrowson, it's okay. Monsieur Falcon, I would like to testify.
You want to testify? Do you understand what you are agreeing to?
I do. I have accepted my fate.
Prosecutor, do you have any objections to me calling upon Mademoiselle Signa as a witness?
Now, none. Bearing in mind, of course, that you are here to defend Prince Juan, not to convict Mademoiselle Signa. Prosecuting is my job.
Of course. I have no objections either. Please proceed, witness. Speak the oath.
The oath?
Say that you swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I swear, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Good. Very good. Please state your name and occupation for the court record.
My name is Catherine Marie Signa, and I am a flower seller.
Mademoiselle Signa, tell the courtroom of your activities on the morning of the 7th of January.
Very well. I saw the king and his entourage enter the Louvre at around 9 o'clock. I followed. When they came to a stop in the Salle du Tibre, I stepped forward and offered the king a chocolate. He refused, but a guard, a big dog by the name of Major Howell, was happy to oblige. The guard died because I, personally, had previously added poison to the chocolates.
No, that can't be right.
I used poison derived from my monkshood, a notoriously dangerous plant. As a flower seller, it was simple to acquire.
Why did you do it, mademoiselle?
Why? Monsieur, people have tried to kill the king before, and people will try again. He is a vile man who has no respect or love for the people who suffer under him. I did it to better the French people.
I don't believe that at all.
Falcon, say something.
Mademoiselle, are you being coerced or threatened? Speak freely.
No, monsieur. I am confessing out of my own volition. It is my guilt, and no one else's.
Gain some favor with the jury, but at what cost? Well, defense, it looks like you wormed a confession out of this murderous pute. I suppose that gets your client, Prince Juan, completely off the hook. Lucky you. So, shall we wrap this court session up?
No. No, we have more to do. There are multiple seniors.
Further questions? To what end? You've already proved your client's innocence. I wish to uncover the truth. You aren't here to uncover the truth. You're here to defend Prince Juan, and you've done that job with a disgusting level of diligence. Nonetheless, I believe the mademoiselle has omitted something of huge importance. I wish to question her further.
Something of huge importance?
I won't allow it. Fine. Can I please at least show something to the witness? You and the prosecutor are a right pair of moralizing blowhards, aren't you? You're doing my case in. You're doing my head in. Fine. If it will shut you up, I will let you show one magical mystery item to the witness. I can't imagine you'll have anything up your sleeve to change the flow of this trial, though.
Monsieur Falcon, save it. I have nothing more to say.
Oh,
okay. What do we choose? We have two options here, in my mind. We have 2 ticket stubs for a train bound to Vienna. Seats are booked for other seniors. Or we have a pen with green ink. I believe this one is the most logical one, but I can't save here. I may have to restart this trial just in case this goes horribly, horribly wrong. But we're going to keep it going just in case.
Please take a look at these, mademoiselle.
Train ticket stubs?
Look at the names.
Papa and Maman. In Vienna? Really? Are they safe?
They are. The tickets were arranged courtesy of the Fox.
Then, that means the wolf has nothing to hold over me. I can speak freely.
Indeed. Go ahead, mademoiselle. What are you two muttering about down there?
I am amending my testimony, Your Honor.
Members of the court, everything I've said today has been the truth. I did go to the Louvre on the 7th of January. I did present a box of poisoned chocolates to the king. Except, it was not of my own volition. I was threatened. I was forced to carry out the task under threat of harm. You see, my family has been struggling to get by. The winter has been harsh, and my flower business has been struggling. One day, a man approached me, a man I assumed to be kind-hearted. This man offered me 200 francs to get us through the cold. But I could not afford to repay the debt. When I attempted to bargain with the man, he offered me a deal. Assist him with murder, and he would drop all debts. Refuse, and he would ruin me and my parents. I obliged because the alternative meant death for those I love. But the name of the man who did this is Judge Romulus.
Ha! What a creative story. This is obviously a last-minute, desperate attempt at passing the buck. The sheer laziness to accuse a man... the sheer laziness of this girl to accuse a man she's never met before. She's blatantly floundering.
Indeed. I've heard dozens of these self-pitying yarns during my time as a prosecutor. Although admittedly, this is the first time I've seen a witness directly accuse a judge. Quite a brazen gambit. But in any case, these sorts of stories never turn out to be true. They are always proven to be fabrications born of desperation. I've never been more honest, monsieur. Listen, Mademoiselle Signe, I would like to believe your story. But accusing a man, a judge no less, of conspiring to murder the king is a hugely serious accusation. Do you have any proof to support your story? Proof? You say the judge lent you money. Then you both must have signed a contract where you made the transaction. The contract would suffice as proof. The contracts were all verbal. He said the money was a gift at first. It was only later that I had to... It was only later said that I had to repay... Ugh. And only later said that I had to repay him.
Heh. How convenient. Of course the supposed contract doesn't exist. The mademoiselle has no proof because her story is a blatant lie.
Falcon, you have to do something. Do you have anything to link Judge Romulus to Mademoiselle Signe?
A link? Of course. Members of the court, I know for certain that the mademoiselle's story is true. I can say with certainty that Judge Romulus has made contact with Mademoiselle Signe in the past. I know this because at this very moment I am holding a key piece of evidence that links Judge Romulus directly to the crime scene.
Oh, boy. Daisy and Monkshood, Poisoned Rose. Where do we pick this up? It might be a fountain pen. One sec. I'm going to go back to the old tapes and see where we picked this thing up exactly. All right, I'm back. We may be screwed.
I know this pen belongs to Judge Romulus. That much is obvious. But if I were to present it right now, it wouldn't prove anything. I have to find a link between the judge and the crime scene. What are you waiting for, defense? Show us the supposed evidence of my meddling.
I don't have the receipt, do I? Yeah, I've got nothing. I'm supposed to... Yeah. I don't have anything here. Do I not have anything here? All right, I'm screwed. I don't have the evidence I need. Yeah. Okay. So, we are screwed here, which means that we are going to go back to load a previous day. So that's the second session, and we need to be on the 19th when we go to the chocolatier, and we ask about Judge Romulus. Which I should have done last time, but I'm stupid, so I didn't. Yeah, so Chocolate Emporium. Who bought this piece of chocolate? Because we don't care about the chocolate poison. It's the judge, because we're dumb.
Have you ever served a hairy wolf in judicial robes named Judge Romulus?
Yes, monsieur.
All right. Have you ever served... Wait, did you just say yes?
Yes, monsieur. A wolf dressed in judicial robes. I did serve a person like this a while ago. On the 6th of January, to be precise.
Did he say or do anything suspicious?
Not that I can recall, monsieur. He was a pleasant fellow, big toothy grin. Bought 200 grams of classic dark Belgian chocolate with a custom filling.
A custom filling?
Yes, some type of caramel. He provided it himself, although he unfortunately did not bring enough for me to sample.
What does this mean, Falcon?
Well, we shouldn't make assumptions. It may just mean that this judge liked to eat chocolate. But if the judge's purchase is related to the wrapper at the crime scene, then... Monsieur Hagelslack, do you think I could get a copy of Judge Romulus's receipt?
I can do you one better, monsieur. I have the original right here. I keep them for tax purposes, you understand.
Is it okay for us to take it, monsieur?
Absolutely. Memorizing the receipt's contents is trivial, after all.
There it is. Would you look at this thing? Judge Romulus signed it in green ink. Green ink. I knew Judge Romulus was a shady. Only the truly villainous people write in green ink.
Thank you very much for your time, Monsieur Hagelslack. You've been enormously helpful.
I'm glad to be of service. I wish you the best of luck with your case, messieurs.
All right. So, now that we have this evidence, I'm going to go back to where we were in the trial. Back in a second. And we're back. Time to present some evidence, Judge.
I think you should take a look at this, Severin.
Me? You don't trust it in the judge's hands?
What? What is that? What does that piece of paper say?
There's a receipt for a box of chocolates from Lander Hagelslack's Chocolate Emporium on the 6th of January, made out to a man named Romulus.
The writing upon the receipt is clear. A man named Romulus brought chocolates on the day before the murder. These chocolates happen to have been of the same brand and flavor as the ones that were used in the royal assassination attempt. By itself, this evidence would not be definitive. It would only suggest that the judge have something of a sweet tooth. But taken in conjunction with the mademoiselle's updated testimony,
that would imply that the judge was directly involved in the assassination attempt.
Judge Romulus, do you have anything to say about this?
Yep.
Yep. That receipt's not mine. I haven't stepped foot in a chocolate shop in years. You cannot be serious. The receipt is indisputable proof of your purchase. Indisputable? Watch me dispute it. What you have there is a scrap of paper with the word Romulus scrolled on it. Is it a forgery? Are there simply two men named Romulus living in Paris? I don't have a clue. What I do know is that you have nothing to prove that I was the one who signed the receipt. This is absurd. Do you want me to dig up court documents with your signature so we can undertake a handwriting analysis?
That wouldn't be possible. I believe His Honor uses a rubber stamp for signing off on official court documents.
Heh, that would be correct. Well, it's no matter. I don't need the judge's signature. I already have in my possession proof that the signature on the receipt belongs to Judge Romulus.
It's the pen.
Oh, but first things first. I believe you dropped your pen, Your Honor.
Oh yeah, that's mine. Thanks, I've been looking for that thing everywhere.
I thought as much. Mesdames et messieurs, last night I was assaulted outside Salpêtrière. I was assaulted outside Salpêtrière Hospital. I did not see the assailant's face, but I did accidentally grab something from their garments as I was thrown into the Seine.
Oh, that's why you smell of fish. I wanted to say something, but I thought it might be rude.
This fountain pen is the very item I grabbed.
Did I say this pen was mine?
On closer inspection, I see I must have been mistaken. Save it, Your Honor. I'm not here to press assault charges. What interests me more about this pen is the ink it contains. It is emerald green in color.
As we all know, only baddies write in green.
Well, yes, but more importantly, it's a rare and unusual choice of ink color. I would venture that only a dozen people in all of Paris are arrogant enough to write in green, and I would venture that only one of those arrogant people is named Romulus.
So Judge Romulus lacks a respect for classic penmanship. What of it?
Take another look at the chocolate receipt, Severin. That receipt was signed with emerald green ink. It certainly is quite a coincidence. No, there is no more room for coincidence. There is no more doubt. There is only one narrative that can tie this ridiculous string of evidence together. On the 6th of January, you, Judge Romulus, bought a box of chocolates with a custom filling. That custom filling contained poison originating from the flowers of Mademoiselle Signe, a street seller who owed you a debt. On the 7th of January, you, Judge Romulus, leveraged that debt to force the girl to present the poisoned chocolates to the king. Then, an idiot of a man by the name of Juan framed himself as the murderer in order to take the fall in Mademoiselle Signe's stead. You pushed for Juan's guilt by priming a witness, Monsieur Toussaint Kingsley. And when that failed, you pressured Mademoiselle Signe to take full responsibility for the crime. That is the only narrative that makes sense. Admit it. Fine. I do admit it. I did it. I purchased the chocolates. I added the poison. I put a peasant girl in debt just so I could force her to take the fall. And I was the one who wanted the king murdered. But there is not a damn thing any of you can do about it. I am the one who holds the gavel. I am the one who passes the sentences. With a snap of my fingers, I could have each and every one of you guillotined at the Place d'Austerlitz before nightfall. Who judges the judges? Who stands above me? Nobody. Not even God can condemn me when I sit so highly.
Attempting to murder a king. Corrupting the Cour d'Assises. What an utterly repulsive individual.
Don't touch me, you dirty pig. You have no authority over me.
He doesn't. I do. Take him away, Inspector.
I'm not done. I'm not done with any of you. You're all guilty. You'll see. A revolution is coming. The rebels will overrun Paris. The king and government will fall. The bourgeois will be slaughtered. We shall have a glorious second republic. A republic free of class, where everyone is free and equal. Hey, don't touch me.
Just another ranting lunatic, Your Majesty. Ignore him. Of course. Carry on, Inspector. What happens now? I guess I'm supposed to take over the President Judge's duties? Well, given the surprising series of revelations that just took place, we believe the results are clear. We find the defendant, Prince Juan Corrido, to be cleared of all charges. We therefore find the defendant not guilty. Yeah. It took 2 tries, but we got there. What happens to me now? Mademoiselle, it was clear that you were coerced. However, you still played a significant role in the king's assassination attempt. By all rights, you must be tried for your crimes. I see. I cannot argue. But, as it happens, due process was not followed at all during this trial session. Judge Romulus thoroughly disrupted the proceedings. Consequently, I believe that most of the testimonies given during this trial session would not be seen as valid in a court of law. What does that mean? He's saying you're free to go. Correct. As a prosecutor, I see no crime to prosecute. Really? Thank you so much, monsieur. And thank you, messieurs. Without your help and assurances, I don't know where I would be right now. So, are my parents really in Vienna?
I think so, but you'd have to ask the Fox for details. I don't know exactly what he arranged. Although, now that Judge Romulus poses no threat, I suppose your parents would be free to move back to Paris.
Actually, I may follow them to Vienna.
You need a holiday after all this drama?
Well, yes, but I also wanted to get away from here before the fighting starts.
You mean the revolution Judge Romulus mentioned? He doesn't seem mentally stable. Pay him no mind.
It's not just him, monsieur. In the streets, everyone talks of an uprising. If you were smart, you would clear out of here too.
Thanks for the concern, mademoiselle.
but we're far from smart, so we're staying put.
I see. Then good luck, messieurs, and farewell. Maybe we can meet again when this is all blown over.
Wait, mademoiselle, don't you want to have a quick celebratory drink? Oh, she's gone. Guess it's just you, me, and the fox, right, Falcon?
That sounds good, Sparrowson. Take Prince Juan back to the aviary office. I need to sort out some paperwork with Severin.
Okie dokie. I suppose the congratulations are in order. Uncovering the truth in the way you did was quite a feat.
Everything went far better than I could have hoped, but you surprised me at the end with that little lie of yours.
Lie?
This trial's testimonies are completely invalid. Bullcock. You and I both know that this trial has produced ample valid evidence for Mademoiselle Senior to be detained and tried. Even with coercion accounted for, I bet you would still be found guilty of conspiracy or accessory to murder. So, why are you holding back?
10, maybe even 5 years ago, I probably would have prosecuted Mademoiselle Senior. When I was fresh out of law school, I thought my role as prosecutor was to condemn every potential criminal that came my way. I thought, if the guilty person ends up behind bars or on the hanging dock, then justice has been served. But as I gained experience, I started noticing the details.
The details?
The extenuating circumstances, the personal considerations, the gaps in the law where, even when due process is followed to the letter, good people are punished and the wrongdoers walk free. I hated it, so I changed my role. I decided that I should not strive to secure a guilty verdict, but to ensure that justice is served. I could prosecute Mademoiselle Senior, and she would definitely be convicted, but that would not serve justice.
You're a good lawyer, Cocorico.
You? Well, you're not terrible, Falcon. I mean, we did get a lion arrested for murder. I must congratulate you, Senor Falcon and Senor Sparrowson. Heh, what am I doing still using that old accent? I, of course, meant, congratulations, Monsieur Falcon and Monsieur Sparrowson.
It's no big deal. We were just doing our jobs.
No. Your job ended when you proved my innocence. Everything after that was you going above and beyond your duties. Of course, I was counting on you to do so. A lesser lawyer would surely have stumbled or caved in. Oh, but before I forgot, your payment.
Thank you, Monsieur Vilpes. This has been a strange case, but I'm glad the truth came to light. I'll see you out.
Wait, Monsieur Vilpes, before you go, something's been bothering me. Why did you come to us in the first place? Surely there are much more reputable lawyers out there who could have done a better job. Oh? More reputable than the Falcon who stands before me? Yeah. Falcon's got a sucky track record. True, he does have a mixed record. But his family name is hugely respected in the lawyering world. I chose Monsieur Falcon as my lawyer for that reason alone. Huh? Really? I've never heard of another lawyer named Falcon. Let's not go
down this road, Monsieur Vilpes. I don't go by my old name for a reason.
That is fair. We shouldn't be fixated on the past, should we? After all, it's already been and gone. The future is where our potential lies. That's what we should be paying attention to. A storm is approaching fast. You mean the revolution that the crooked judge mentioned? Indeed. I dare say the wolf is right. A rebellion is coming one way or the other. Listen, Monsieur Falcon. You'll probably have a surge of work over the coming days. If you want me to dig up the dirt on anyone, feel free to drop by my office at any time.
Dig up the dirt?
I am a private investigator. It's what I do.
We'll bear it in mind. Thank you, Monsieur Vilpes.
Good day, messieurs.
I'm going to get a drink.
Seriously, Falcon?
What? I was just going to ask if you wanted tea or coffee.
Another successful trial finished. This time with less innocents going to prison. I think we're going to end the episode there because this episode is going to end up being well over 50 minutes if my numbers are right. But anyways, next time, a new trial, more for Animal France in the 1800s. But I will see you all in that episode. Goodbye.